I was expecting a little bit of a break here as we went from one season into the start of a brand new season and our life in Serie A here in Brazil. But it seems that life in Brazil is getting off to a very swift beginning, and pre-season is going to be taken up with a trophy, the State Trophy, a trophy we are expected to get to the final, but are we expected to win it? Well, that's a different story. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to Rocking All Over the Globe, Part 48, Club 4, here at Coritiba in Brazil. And no sooner have we had a little break at the end of the trials and tribulations of last season, and what a season it was, that we are starting again. The boys have had a couple of weeks break and suddenly they are back in training and we have a trophy to compete for. And it does seem that here in Brazil, pre-season is going to be taken up by a trophy, and we are going to be playing in the Brasilia Perena State Championship. And I do believe that all the states have their own pre-season trophy which they compete for. We have 12 teams in our league and we are expected to get to the final. I guess that means finishing either first or second. We are going to have a problem winning it because there is one other team in there who are definitely better than us. And so we're going to have to play very well to win it, but we are definitely expected to get to the final. This is kind of like a motley bunch of Serie B and Serie C clubs. So it's like a pre-season 12 friendlies or so where we get to pit our wits and get our players up to fitness. There will be then a short break and then we will come back for the Serie A competition. So it's all very confusing here at Brazil, but we have 11 games coming up and 12 if we get to the final, I believe. So we have to just get out there, do our best, get to the final, and maybe even win it. We love winning trophies here at Coritiba. And today we will be playing the first two of those games. We will be playing against União Beltrão, and then we will be away at Maringa. And this is going to be an opportunity for us to try out our whole squad of players, I think. And I'm guessing that we're going to get 2 victories here today, although nothing is ever written in stone in FM. But they're not great teams, and we should be doing well and scoring tons of goals. Our youth team players who are emerging will also have an opportunity to shine in these games. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing who takes the bull by the horns as we prepare for a brand new season. But before we go into player news, if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, then I can tell you, you are definitely in the right place. So why not hit that subscribe button and click the bell? And that way you will be updated when any future video is uploaded to the channel. And drop us a like and leave a comment, because it's likes and comments that will help the YouTube algorithm to push the videos out to people who've not yet had a chance to watch any of the videos. But as I mentioned, the transfer window has just opened, and there have been a number of players whose contracts have come to an end and who are not going to be renewed, and we didn't really get to know those players last season, so we don't want to dwell too much on that. There are no big name players who have gone out in that way. The only one I can think of was Augusto, a young attacking midfield player who scored a couple of goals during the live games that we showed great promise, but I think that Oliveira is a much better bet than Augusto, and so we decided to let Augusto go. He wanted too much money in terms of a new contract. And although no players have yet come through the door, we have signed one player. We have signed a goalkeeper. He is Christopher Flemarin. He's come in as a backup goalkeeper. We needed a goalkeeper desperately. He's not brilliant. And at Serie A standard, he's probably not world class, but he's decent. He's a leading Serie B goalkeeper. So as a backup for our main goalkeeper, who at the moment is still William, he is a very good signing. I think as a backup he'll do a very nice job for us. We have made a bid for a 26-year-old fullback, Haverton. He hopefully will come in from Estrela de Amadora SAD. He is a wing-back on the right. We are desperately short of wing-backs. We've made a bid of 625,000 for him. He's a good player for this level, I think. Very good mentals and good physicals, and he's got a little bit of a smattering of technical abilities, 3.5-star ability. He's better than anything that we have at the club at the moment, so I think he will be a good signing should he come in. At the moment he is considering a contract. We do have a number of issues in the squad. We have an issue in terms of our forward play. We definitely need a forward. Just ignore all these and ignore Perotti, we can take all of these out, and we're going to even take Kamalo out of theirs. He's an attacking mid. We don't really have much in terms of attacking prowess. I also want to bring in a centre mid, and we will need a centre back as well. I'm kind of counting on perhaps that Dombrowski will be sold. He does have a release clause in his contract, has a minimum fee release clause of 8,500,000 for foreign clubs, but for domestic clubs, which I don't think is going to happen, he has 111 million pounds. So I got a funny feeling we might get 8.5 million in for him from a foreign club. At the moment, he's wanted mostly by Brazilian clubs, so with a little bit of luck, somebody might come in and give us the 100 million for him. Who knows? There is very active interest in him, and that money would be very, very useful. His transfer value is 7.6 million, but he does have that release clause of 111 million. And while the interest is there, we'll keep the price where it is. Even with the 8 million, that would give us a total of 20 million. That's something to work with. But replacing Dombrowski, who is an exceptional player then, will be what we have to deal with. And so as I contemplate what is going to happen in this transfer window, I guess we should really just get on with this cup competition. And our main rivals in this competition will be Club Atlético Paranense. They are a 4-star reputation club and the only club in this group of 12 teams, apart from us, who are in Serie A. So I think we should be getting to the final. Whether we can beat Atlético is going to be the ultimate test at the end of the day. And hopefully in the final, we'll see if we have any chance in the Serie A as we go into next season. And so I'm going to go and get the team ready for the first game against União Beltrão, and I'll get them ready. We'll be right back before the kickoff. Let's go and kick some balls. And so for the first game of this Brazilian State Parana Championship, we have William in goal with Heidegger, Sasme and Dombrowski at the back. Cordova and Raquelme will play as the wing-backs, Maquena and Candia in midfield, Boschilla, Kardec and Carvalho will play up front. We do have players who are still getting back to fitness, and one in particular, Kumala, is on the bench today. He's not going to start today. He probably won't start in the next game either. I want him fit for the really big game that is coming up very shortly, and so we don't want to risk injury. We are favourites here. I need to tell the team that we are definitely the favourites here, and we should go out and win this football match. Let's get off to a good start. Let's not have any banana skin slip-ups as we begin this campaign. They're not as good as we are. We should be winning this game. It is going to be Maquena with the corner kick. It's headed clear, and it is going to be cleared defensive by the defence, and it comes out to Candia, who's getting his chance today. Finds Sasme. What's he doing in the number 10 position? Here's Dombrowski looking for Sasme as we look to get back into shape, and Raquelme with a lovely pass inside to Candia has Raquelme bursting forward. Raquelme's in. Raquelme has scored. I think that boy is going to be a very good player. I always like to see him on the ball. He always causes problems, and at 24 years old, I think he's just going to keep getting better and better. And we're all going to have tough seasons this season, but he is looking like he's a very good player. He's a good dribbler of the ball. He has recently signed a new contract, and so we're very pleased that he is a leading player in our squad, and I do like the look of him. And we are winning this game rather comfortably. We've had 80% of the possession. We've had all the chances, and it is going to be Maquena with another corner. Can we get this corner into a dangerous area? And it is to the near post. Comes out to Dombrowski, to Maquena. Maquena all the way back to Boschilla. It's been deflected, and it's 2-0. And I'm not quite sure. It is going to go down as an own goal. It was going wide, but got a wicked deflection, and the goalkeeper had no chance. And we are now 2-0 up, and this is the start that I was wanting. I always a bit nervous at the start of the season. I thought it might have been sneaking into the near post. The VAR's decided the goal is going to be awarded as an own goal, and Boschilla is denied. But we are 2-0 up, and we're winning quite comfortably. All the possession, we've stopped the opposition from having any sort of chances. And we are going to have another corner, and this time it's going to be Boschilla, in swinger to the near post, headed clear, comes out to Boschilla. Can he find someone in space? He finds Sasme with Raquelme in space, and Raquelme's got his second goal. And he just keeps getting better and better, that boy. And with that underlap switched on the left-hand side, he does take up some interesting positions, and he finds himself in space, and you can see him there very much in field, and therefore he gets himself into shooting opportunities, and more often than not when we see him in that position he takes them. And at the moment he's in red hot form, and he is having the game of his life. We are 3-0 up now. It's a good start to this competition. Lovely to see us scoring some very nice goals, and we continue to dominate possession. And here's Maquena finds Sasme to Dombrowski. What is his future, I wonder? Dombrowski, will he be sold? Will he stay? Comes out to Cordova looking inside, finds Maquena. Lovely passing move. Kardic in space, and it's put in by Boschilla. He gets his goal. It's 4-0, and I think it's game over now. What I would like to do is to push on a little bit and hopefully get our goal difference really good, so that when we do have these big games later, that it's going to count. Goal difference, we will be above the opposition. And there is one very big game coming up, which is the Atletico match, which will be taking place against this Atletico team. They are fierce rivals, apparently. It's a derby game, and it's going to be a highly aggressive game. I did get an email saying that this would be a highly aggressive game. And look at that, would you believe it? Raquelme has got himself injured, and that is the biggest blow of all, because I really don't have wing backs, and the game knows I don't have wing backs, and so that's why it's injured Raquelme. And the form he was in as well was absolutely outstanding, and this game just gets nastier and nastier. There's no need to do that, but the game has to do what the game has to do. And I have to tell the team we're doing well. Let's get on with it. Let's try not to worry about Raquelme's injury. In game, they're always going to be at least 4 weeks he's going to be out for, so we're probably not going to be seeing him for the rest of this tournament. We do have Cordova who can come in that position, and we have just got confirmation that the right back we were looking at, he is going to sign for us. It's almost time to go and make a few changes now. But we'll see this highlight out, and it comes back to Sasme. What an absolute horror game this is sometimes. Just like, why do you have to have a major injury to full left back when we don't have any? This is really silly. The game is sometimes really silly. But we have to get on with it, and let's call it some bad luck, shall we? Just get on with the game. We are 4-0 up. Even without Raquelme, we should be at least getting to the final in this competition. It is going to be Victor Luis who's come on the left-hand side. You think he's now 35, and we definitely need to have him around if Raquelme's going to be out long term. Here is Kardic. Kardic with a drive, hit the crossbar, and it comes out to Victor Luis. He tries to get it back into the middle, and we are still 4-0 up. Time to go and make a few changes. I think we're going to need to rotate this team a little bit. And so we have made our 5 changes, and we've brought on Kumalo to see out the game, see if we can't get him back to fitness. As Boschilla drives in a corner, and Victor Luis from left back, our other left wing back, has put one in, and we are now 5 goals to 0 up. Maybe at 35 he's still got plenty to offer, but we've had 3 goals of the 5 from left wing backs today. And what a strange game this can sometimes be. I'm only just hoping that Raquelme's not out for the season, because that will be a bitter blow if that happens. But at the moment we are 5-0 up in our first game. That's what we need to worry about, and things are looking pretty good in terms of score lines on the pitch. And I still can't get out of my mind how injured is Raquelme, and how is that going to affect not just this competition, but the season overall. And we do have another chance there from a free kick, but it's easily claimed by the goalkeeper. We just need to stay in shape now and claim this 5-0. In fact, that's what I might ask the boys to do, is to stay in shape now and hold our shape. And although it might be a little bit late, because they have almost got a consolation, and that was possibly good thinking by me. I just want us to stay in shape now. Don't go running around the pitch mercilessly getting ourselves out of position. Hold on to this 5-goal cushion. That's good for goal difference. And we've made a very, very good start. And we can now find out how injured Riquelme is. It was a very, very good result, and we have done what we should do. Riquelme is going to be out for 2 to 3 months, and our list of injuries grows. There is nothing I can do about that, and I'm really distressed at losing Riquelme for 3 months. Anyway, we got to get on with it. I guess I'm going to have to go into the transfer market and find another left back, maybe on loan. I don't know what's going to happen. I give up. So we shall get on and get the team ready for the next game. Hopefully it should also be a nice win for us. Let's go and get the team ready. I'll see you before the kickoff. Let's go and kick some balls. Game number 2. After that very impressive 5-0 performance in the first game, we have Raphael William in goal with Heidegger, Marcos and Dombrowski at the back. Haverton, the new wing-back signing, comes in on the right wing-back with Cordova on the other side. Moreno and Maquena keep their places in midfield with Kamalo, Kardic and Carvalho will play up front. We have to try and find players. This is an old thing that FM does. It targets areas of weakness. It knew we were weak in the wing-back area, and so immediately it just absolutely hammers you, and it's got to stop. I do believe FM's got to stop this nasty, dirty way that it plays. It's not realistic. It's just a puzzle, and it wants you to figure out the puzzle. Make it a simulation. Make these injuries random, not deliberately targeting different areas. I appeal to FM to stop this. I went through all of FM23 having entire saves where fullbacks were being maimed horribly during the game, broken legs all the time, and it's just nonsense. So make it more realistic. And here we go then. We have to try and solve the problems somehow. That is what this game is. It is, you have to solve problems, and we will try and solve the problems. I've got to other positions I need to fill. I'm not going to worry about wing backs. I'm going to let the game worry about that. And I'm pretty sure that in the end, my director of football will find some loans, because it's not going to let me play seasons without wing backs. It's just trying to wind me up. And we have taken the lead on Matías Carvalho. And you can always tell when this game grinds on me, when it takes a little Irish jig going on there, when this game grinds on me and makes me despise it because I don't celebrate for a while. And it just, what the game does, leaves a sour taste in your throat sometimes. And it's left a sour taste. And I wish they would make it more realistic rather than what it is, which is a big puzzle. And I'm at a stage now after all these seasons where the puzzle is quite hard. And as you know, as you go through computer games, each level gets a little bit more and more difficult. Football isn't like that. In football, you can have a season 10 seasons down the line where it becomes a little bit easier. So get your act together, FM, and sort it out. Anyway, we're going to go back to this game. We are a goal up. Hopefully that puts us top of the league again, as Moreno finds Dombrowski. Dombrowski to Cordova. Cordova, who's deputising for the injured Riquelme. Maquena, the lovely pass to Camelo. Camelo, need a big season from him and Maquena. Cordova, Carvalho, he gets his second goal. Is he going to do a little bit of an Irish jig again? Is that his trademark? No, he's just going to do a little bit of bowing this time to his teammates. He's a confident young boy, and I really don't know much about him. Camelo did well, held the ball up. Cordova and Carvalho turned very nicely, and I'm hoping he's not going to get injured now. He's just 17 years old. We've got a number of 17 years old. Oliveira, Carvalho, Camalo is just 18. So in terms of youth, we've got a number of prospects coming through, and let's hope that Carvalho can continue with this form and keep scoring goals. He does look like he could do the business. I have recently made a bid or tried to sign Perotti. I don't really feel like I have much option. We have gotten 3-0 up now as Kardec has driven one in. This is a fairly straightforward victory by the look of it, and we're doing very, very well. But as I said, I have made a bid for Perotti, who played for us last year on loan. I'm limited by what I'm seeing in terms of strikers available, and I don't have very much money to bring strikers in. So if I can bring, I will have Shatin, who I can sell now if Perotti comes in. Carvalho is obviously a good player and can sit on the bench at 17 years old. Kumalo can play up top, and so it's gonna be a tough season, this, because unless Dombrowski sells, then we're not bringing in any money. We have made a bid of 2.3 for a midfielder who is a Brazilian midfielder, and hopefully he will come in, but it brings the transfer budget down to about 6 million, 6.5 million. And so we've got to be very, very careful. We need to sell players, and we're not being able to do that at the moment. Desperate, possibly for bringing some loans in as well. And we've had a lot of shots on target, boys. I'm very happy with the way that you've been playing. And at the moment we are 3-0 up, and it's looking very, very nice indeed. We do need to be careful. We don't want to be giving goals away. Defensively, I want to be very solid in this league, and that's well won. And Moreno finds Maquena. Maquena, he looks for Dombrowski. Dombrowski, who is the centre of everything at this club. Sell him for 100 million, we might even win the title. But here's Cordova bursting down the left. Lovely pass. And Carvalho's hat-trick. And this boy looks like a real find. Although the team we are playing against today, we have to remember, are not a very good team. And we have to remember that. But take nothing away from 17-year-old Carvalho, who has got his hat-trick on the day. It's now 4-0 to Coritiba. We are absolutely roasting them. And can we make it 5-0? And Kumalo looks to take over the ball. Dombrowski finds Cordova. Cordova's having an absolute storming match down that left-hand side. But looks inside for Dombrowski. Dombrowski to Marcos. It might be time to take Cordova off now, just in case he might get injured, and bring Luis on. But that's a poor pass. And we have intercepted, though. Haverton, who's a top-class player, has got himself seriously injured. Now, we've got another wing-back who is seriously injured here. There is a red card for... this game is getting more and more nuts. Luckily, I was about to throw my computer out of the window when I thought that Haverton, who's a wing-back, just come in, was going to get seriously injured. He didn't. Marcos has a chance, and Marcos has scored. The game is getting nuts again. It's now 5-0 to Coritiba. I don't know what's going on. I know we are winning comfortably. And the wing-back situation has been made a lot worse with Wally coming to me after the injury to Raquelme, and Wally has said that he wants to leave and nothing I can do will make him stay. I tried to raise some money, but he doesn't want to be sold for anything other than £0, so we have to sell him on a free transfer. I think somebody's bid 850,000 for him. I don't know what's happening. We had to sell him for £0, and then somebody put a bid in for 850,000. I don't know what's going on. We've accepted the 850,000, so we're another wing back short. I might have to just play without wing backs and put players on the wing rather than have wing backs and try and fool the game that way. And any more nonsense with wing backs, I probably will just play wingers. But we have a free kick, and here's Kumalo. Kumalo with the ball into the box. It's another chance, and it's another goal, and Heidegger gets himself on the score sheet for this season. It's now 6-0. And we, in this competition, have scored 11 and we have conceded 0. And I want us to keep the clean sheet now, so I am going to instruct the boys to hold our shape now. We don't need to do anything daft. Just hold your shape, boys, and don't go counter-attacking, leaving spaces behind you. Let's just keep another clean sheet. And let's just enjoy being on top of the league. Here is Maquena. Maquena finds Cordova, who's been outstanding today. He is on a 9.7, and that's a lovely pass. It comes out to Haverton on the right. He looks inside for Cardiff, and Cardiff just made it 7-0. And what a day this is turning out to be. Haverton is a good player. We knew he was a good wing-back. We wanted to strengthen at right wing-back. We have done. The unfortunate thing is we wanted Cordova to be able to deputise on either side. And Cordova is now having to play on the left-hand side. But we will get Raquelme back, perhaps in time for the Serie A when that begins. So all is not probably lost. But we do need to make sure that we are winning these games. And we need to keep our shape, hold on to this. We don't want to be giving senseless goals away here at the end, as we are under the cosh a little bit. It goes over the crossbar. It remains 7-0. I think that means we are going to be top of the league, comfortably top of the league, and we can be happy with the performance today. We've beaten them by 7-0. What an outstanding day it's been. And Maringa really didn't have anything to offer. And a hat-trick for young Carvalho. And what a day. I didn't actually make any substitutions, which was quite interesting. But we don't play with high intensity, and it's very well done for the boys, and they have played exceptionally well. And so we will get on with this competition, and we do have big games coming up. I think what we'll do, because they're all kind of, they're not massive games really, and we should be getting to the final. We'll come back for the last 2 games of this competition, and hopefully then we'll be in the final. And I don't know what this Copa Brazil is, and what we might do then is do the final next, and then with the Copa Brazil third round. I don't know how it's going to pan out, but I think we'll come back on the 20th of Feb for the PSTC game and the Josense game after it, and get to the final of the Perenna State. I think we should be doing that, and hopefully that's what will happen. And that's it for this video. If you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffering playing this game, you saw it today. So why not subscribe and hit that bell so that you will be updated when we upload future videos in this series. I really am annoyed sometimes at the nonsense that the game does. I guess we just have to get on with it, and I'm sure everything's going to work itself out as it normally does. And all that remains to be said now, though, is stay safe, take care, and we will see you in the next episode.